So after a lot of test drives, comparison and research, I finally bought my first BMW here in Canada. But one thing I noticed when I was researching these cars is that nobody really talks about the real cost of ownership. People will tell you the purchase price, but they don't tell you about taxes, warranty, insurance, fuel, and all the other costs that come with ownership of a luxury vehicle. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what I paid for my BMW X1, what it cost me to own every month, and whether I think buying a used BMW is actually worth it. Just for context, this is a 2018 X1 X-Drive. Before buying it, I also looked at an Audi Q5, but ultimately chose the BMW because it had significantly lower mileage, much better maintenance history, and overall gave me more confidence in long term. Now let's get into the numbers. Let's start with the purchase price. The advertised price was originally $23,000. I managed to negotiate a $500 discount, bringing the vehicle price down to roughly $22,550, which includes some $10 levy fee. There was also a dealer safety fee of roughly $700 that brought the total vehicle price before taxes to $23,000, $259. Here's the breakdown of this price. Then we have taxes. GST came to 1162.95. PST here in BC came to 1628.30, which brought the total cash price purchase to $26,050.08. I paid 26K by check and the remaining 50.08 by debit. Now let's talk about the warranty. Now, this is where some people will agree with me and some won't. I purchased an extended warranty. The warranty covers me from April 2026 when I bought this vehicle until April in 2029 or 40,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. It covers most major components, including engine, turbo, transmission, drive axle, electrical system, fuel system, suspensor, air condition, and a lot more. I opted for $200 deductible per claim. The total cost of the warranty was 5,024.25. Now I know some people will say never buy extended warranties, but honestly, I had a very good experience with this same company on previous vehicle. The claim process was smooth and it paid for itself multiple times. So for me, it was worth the peace of mind. The nice thing is that it's financed at 0% interest. So instead of paying the full amount upfront, I am paying roughly 128.83 biweekly over 39 payments. So that's the cost for the warranty. Now let's talk about the insurance. Insurance was honestly the biggest surprise. On my previous Jeep, I was paying around $90 per month for basic third-party coverage. For the BMW, I decided to get full coverage. My total insurance cost for the year came to roughly $3,508, which includes third-party liabilities, collision, comprehensive coverage, vehicle registration premium, taxes, and road safety, and all those fees. On top of that, I also paid $28 for the ownership transfer fees. If I paid monthly instead of annually, it would work out to be approximately $292 per month. Now, keep in mind, I have over 4 years of driving experience in Canada, but only about 1 year of insurance history with ICBC here in BC, which is why my rates are still relatively high. Let's talk about the fuel cost. I drive approximately 25 kilometers per day between work, the gym, and regular errands. For my driving habits, I'm spending roughly $200 per month on fuel. One thing you need to remember with this BMW is that it requires premium fuel, which is really expensive, not cheap at all here in BC specifically. My city fuel economy is usually somewhere around 10 to 12 liters per 100 kilometers, depending on how aggressively I drive. So that's the fuel cost. Let's talk about the monthly ownership cost, which I think most of you guys would be interested in. So, what does ownership actually look like month to month? So, insurance, we talked about it. So, it's gonna cost me somewhere around $292 a month. Fuel's gonna be somewhere around $200 a month. Warranty approximately $279 a month. If I were to like pay it like monthly, that puts me at around like $770 per month before maintenance. Then we still need to factor in things like oil change, brake services, tires, unexpected repairs, the BMW maintenance repair costs. A realistic ownership budget is probably somewhere around like maybe $1,000 to like $1,200 per month if you want to be comfortable. So that's how much I would be like paying month to month to own this BMW since I've like purchased this with gas. But what if you finance it? How much you would be paying by the end of the month? Now, if you're like thinking about like financing a similar BMW instead of like paying gas, let's do some rough math. If you financed approximately like 26 grand over 5 years at today's rate, you'll probably looking at somewhere around 500 to 550 per month, depending on your interest rate and down payment. Here I have used 7% interest rate, and for 60 months, that's like 5 years. Add insurance, fuel, maintenance on top of that, and your total ownership cost could easily exceed like $1,000. So it's gonna cost you around like 1,200 to 1,500 per month. So make sure you are budgeting for more than just the car payment. Um, Lastly, we'll talk about like should you buy a used BMW at all or not. So would I recommend buying a used BMW? Honestly, yes, but only for the right person. The purchase price itself isn't actually that crazy. Many new economic vehicle cost today around like 35 grand to like 40 grand. My BMW was significantly less than that. The problem isn't buying the BMW, the problem is maintaining it. Everything is like more expensive with these cars. Oil changes cost you more, parts cost you more, labor is like so expensive if you're like getting that done at the BMW dealership. Tires are expensive, and for some reason it's just don't last long. The BMW tires, I don't know why. In general, expect maintenance and repairs to be somewhere between 2 to like 4 times more expensive than the typical economical car. If you are already stretching your budget just to buy the vehicle, I would avoid it. But if you have a few $1,000s per year available for maintenance and unexpected repairs, then I think these vehicles can actually be a great value. You get a luxury driving experience, good performance, premium features, and in many cases, the purchase price isn't much higher than a regular vehicle, specifically like a used BMWs. Overall, I'm really happy with my purchase so far. The BMW X1 checked all the boxes for me: lower mileage, strong maintenance history, all-wheel drive, and a great driving experience. Let me know in the comments if you think the warranty was worth it and whether you would have chosen the BMW or the Audi. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.